Hey guys, Richard here again with my 125 monster fish tank, so to speak. This is not the old tank I had with the Oscar and the Jaguar. That was changed to a planet tank, but I got another 125. Put all of those guys, and that is not the same. I don't know if I had a video of my other arowana, but I had another arowana in that other tank, which I gave to one of my friends, but apparently it jumped out of his tank, which I'm not sure how, because I told him it's gonna jump and have a lid over it, and he did have a lid over it, and he told me it jumped out of a little opening at the end, which I really doubt, because arowana don't do that. They jump out of open tanks, but they don't, wiggle around like bikers or little eels do. They don't escape out of a tiny hole. But he's saying that, so I don't know, and I didn't see the fish. He apparently threw it away, so I don't know if he actually sold it to someone else or put it in another tank or something and just told me it died, but whatever. So I wasn't gonna, lose a friendship over an arowana. So if he took it, whatever. If it really died, then yeah. But anyways, once I got this tank, I want another arowana. And there was no way I could add an arowana with all the other fish in there. I actually thought I would just shut down the tank once I lost my arowana. So I ended up selling all the fish I had in there. And then you know how it is. Just a couple days later, I'm like, man, I need to get another tank with the same old fish in there. So I set this up and get everything running, but I had some Oscars in here too, with the arowana. The Oscars outgrew the arowana extremely fast, and they started picking on him, and he was losing scales like every week, which was just driving me crazy. So I got rid of the Oscars, got something that would, add a little more color to this tank and not bother the arowana. So I have, I got these parrots. Apparently they are King Kong blood parrots. Supposedly they get like 10-12 inches. I have seen huge parrots, but I'm not sure about these guys. I think the store screwed me over on that. But they look nice nonetheless, and they're fat and happy, so I don't mind. Then I have these red spotted severums. Those things are beautiful, just awesome. And of course I have the spotted silver dollars. 3 of them I think are males and 2 are females. I have them constantly trying to breed, but I don't see eggs, or I don't think I see eggs. Either that or they're laying eggs and they're getting eaten by the other fish or by themselves. But I don't see any babies or eggs. Then I have these angels, which used to be in my planet tank. They were pretty huge, so I thought I'll just put them in there. Just to add another kind of variety in the tank. They're doing fine. Then I have tinfoil barbs. Got them as tiny babies, and they're growing pretty fast. Sorry about my parrot screaming. He will probably do that for a while. But and I got these ropefish, cool little things. I got a flowerhorn parrot. I don't know if you guys have seen these, but they're pretty much like a bonsai variety of flower horns. So they got the patterns on their body like a flowerhorn does, but they're pretty much shaped like a blood parrot. He's extremely shy. He doesn't come out that often, but he looks really nice. And my lighting on the tank right now sucks because I need to put a canopy over it, and once I do, I'll get stronger LEDs to light up the whole tank. That's it's gonna come later. And I have a couple sunfcatfish in there. Love those guys. Got them as babies, but they're growing pretty fast too. I have a delhezi biker in there. He's a pig. When I got him, and I got a pretty good deal on him because guy was shutting down his tank, and that was the only fish left. And he didn't want to deal with it, so he was like, I'll give you a good deal. And I did. Not gonna tell you guys how much I paid for that guy, but it was cheaper than most of the other fish in this tank. Let me just tell you that. So, got a couple plecos in here. Got a huge regular pleco right there, and I have a sailfin right there. The Balasharks. Actually, I didn't have the Balasharks until last week. I had a couple more blood parrots in here, like super tiny ones. I got the regular blood parrots, and I don't really like them. They were not growing at all. I had them for like 6 months and nothing happened. These guys and the blood parrots, the other ones, were the same size, and these guys grew like 4 times their size, but the others stayed the same. They were still eating all the food, but they were just not growing. And I didn't really like that. So I wanted to give those, either give them away or trade them out or sell them. And if I were to sell them, I'd probably get like $10 a piece. So those things were worth $20 to me. So I go on Facebook, and there's a place to sell fish stuff. And I was about to go post my thing, and I noticed a guy have Balasharks posted. He didn't have a price on it, and he was actually selling it with a couple Oscars. So I go ask him, how much do you want for just the Balasharks? He was like, I don't know, you tell me. And I was like, well, how about this? I got 2 blood parrots, because he mentioned in another post somewhere, I saw he mentioned that he was going to buy blood parrots now. So I tell him, well, I got blood parrots. I don't know if you want them. I can trade them for the Balasharks. And I told him how big they were. I sent him pictures and everything. He was like, yes, he'll take it. And I was just extremely surprised, because I almost bought a couple of these a few weeks ago from the same guy I bought the blood parrots from, the store. And he was going to sell me one of these, and it was smaller than this, for $40 each. And I didn't buy him back then. I was like, I'll just think about it and come back. But I never got a chance to go back, because if I went back, I would have bought those. And I was like, man, I'm actually getting both of these for $20. So I was like, I'll take it. So I go get them, and they're pretty beat up. Like I said, he had it in a smaller tank than a 125, and he had a couple Oscars in there. So they were getting super beat up. They're missing little scales. Balasharks, when spooked, would run to the end of the tank and probably hit their face on the tank. I'm guessing it happened a lot with his tank, because their nose was all bruised up and bent and stuff. And I've had them for about 5 days now, and they're already healing back. Their mouth is getting a lot better. I don't know if you can see that little white spot thing at the end of the mouth, but that whole part was white. But see that? But it's gotten better. And his scales, I'm guessing it's going to take a longer time to come back, because when I had my my Oscars, my tinfoils look like that. Because the Oscars would bother them all the time, and they would lose scales either with the Oscar trying to munch on them or trying to get away. But as soon as I got rid of the Oscars, it took them a few weeks. I'm gonna say like a couple, 2 to 3 weeks before their scale started healing and it's all grown back and looks awesome now. So I'm guessing it's gonna take about a month or so for these guys to grow it back. I feed high quality food, and I feed a lot. That's why the water is all dirty, because I clean it every 4 or 5 days. Because I had another filter on this tank which died on me. I haven't gotten a chance to replace that yet, so I have to keep up with extra water changes now. So I do 50% water changes either once a week, if I have time, twice a week. And they're doing good. That's the whole point of them growing so fast. But I feed all kinds of food. Hikari pellets. These guys eat, all of them actually eat cichlid pellets. And even the silver dollars and the smaller fish, they would still eat cichlid pellets, just need the smaller pellets. And the Balasharks wouldn't eat for the first couple days. I guess they were pretty stressed out from the move. But soon they got liking to the krill that I feed my arowana and the bichir. They started eating those, and now they would eat pretty much anything. I got herbivore, little frozen packs for herbivores. I usually feed that to my saltwater fish, but these guys really like it. I thought my silver dollars would like it, but they don't. But that doesn't matter because the Balasharks would eat them. They would eat anything actually. Mysis shrimp, bloodworms, even flakes. So they're gonna get better soon. I'm pretty sure about that. I also wanted to make this video because there's this lady that's going on my old video. I think it's from 2011 or 2010. It's been quite a long time actually. Used to have a 20-gallon up front with a couple Balasharks in it. And the reason why I told the woman, but you know, I used to have 55 with the Salvini and huge blood parrots, and I wanted to put a couple of Balasharks in there, but there was no way I could put a Balashark in there because the Salvini is just gonna eat them. With the size I get them from the store, they were super tiny. They would be that small when I get from the store, and if I put that into my big tank, they would be snack. So I put them in a 20-gallon. Grow them out with a couple of clown loaches, my fire eel and everything. The fire eel is much easier to feed in a 20-gallon versus a 55 or a bigger tank. So I put them in there, I feed them, and they're growing, and that's one of the videos you're seeing. After that video, I sell my Salvini because he got too big. The Venustus is gone. I have the blood parrots in there, so I moved my Balasharks into that tank. And I got a few more fish in there, but I gave the Balasharks away when they were getting a little too big for that 55 to one of my friends that has a 280 planet tank. It's a 8 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot. I believe they're still in there. I'll see if I can go get a video of that tank, but that's the reason why they were in the 20-gallon. I did not put them in there thinking that I would have them in there for the next 10 years. And the lady is going nuts over that video. I tried to explain, and I don't know why people say that Balasharks need to be in a group of 5. They really don't, actually. They can be single. That's one of the things. They can be single because they get freaked the heck out. So 2 or more is the most recommended. A lot of sites, a lot of stores tell you more than 5 because they're trying to sell you their fish. And when I said that to that lady, Apparently she thinks I'm an idiot that doesn't know anything about fish. I try to explain it to her, but she doesn't want to seem to understand what I'm talking about, because she's more interested in having a little fight over YouTube than caring for what the heck I'm talking about. That's fine. That's totally fine. And she was telling me 125 was the minimum for Balasharks, and then they needed to be in a group of 5. I don't know if you noticed this, but this is a 125. This is a 6 foot by 18 inches by 21 inches, a 125 gallon. And I have 2 Balasharks in there, which are not actually their maximum size at all. They have at least 3 or 4 more inches to grow, and I only have 2. So there's no way you can say that Balasharks would be alright in a 125 in a group of 5. Because they need much more than that. Going by that 5. Even right here, we only have 2 of these, and they're still too big for the tank. I'm gonna upgrade this tank pretty soon, and I'm gonna keep these until I can. I'm gonna keep the water quality up, and they're gonna be fine. I don't spook them. They don't get spooked at all in this tank, because there's nothing to spook them in here. So they're fine. And if you can see, they still do the little twitch with their tail and fins. That's just normal Balashark behavior. I don't know why the lady is having such a problem with a normal behavior that Balasharks do. I usually don't get riled up with people. You know, I get a lot of comments on my videos with people saying this and that. I have 10-year-olds that come in on my video telling me what I should do with my tank. And I always tell them I know what I'm doing. Just because I have a fish in a smaller tank doesn't mean I don't know they need a bigger tank, or I don't have plans to move them into a bigger tank. It just means at that time I think they're good in that 20 or 40 or whatever size tank I have in there. They're there for a purpose. And once that purpose is done, I'll move them to a bigger tank. If you can't understand that, even after I explain it a few times, then I don't know what else to say or do. I mean, I don't want to delete her comments because I need other people to see that. But still, that's just messed up. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. I just wanted to make an update on my tank and tell that lady what the heck is going on. And she's probably going to come on this video and say how I have an arowana in a 125 to Balasharks and how this is overcrowded, but whatever. Once again, I know what I'm doing. If they're in here, they're in for a reason. Once they outgrow this tank, they're going to move. Either I'm going to give them away, or I'm going to get a bigger tank. So don't tell me I'm torturing my fish when you don't know anything about me or my tanks. Sorry about it to the other guys. You guys have nothing to do with that, but I just wanted to let the lady know. I don't know if she'll view this video because I keep telling her to watch my other videos, and she is saying she doesn't need to do that. Of course she doesn't need to do that because she just wants to have her little YouTube fight. Whatever. Thanks for watching, guys. I have another video coming up of my reef tank, which I set up a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. The lights haven't come on, but once the lights come on, I'll make a video of that. But thanks for watching, and that's all.